last thing I want to talk about before we get into wild talk here. And I'm bringing this up because they haven't looked that great either out of the gate, and they're my dark horse Stanley Cup team, the Buffalo Sabres. Love you, Joey. They have another young player about to join the roster anyways, and it's a player that I actually followed out west before moving to Minnesota here quite a bit. Matt Savoie on a conditioning stint in the AHL before they're actually going to bring him up to the big club. Now, he hurt himself, his shoulder, upper body injury. One of the articles that I read, it really hinted at it was a shoulder injury. He injured that in the prospects game, all those prospects games that were going on. So he didn't necessarily have like a full camp after that, which is why they want him to get some reps in the AHL. Look, damn good player. He played in the Dub, the AJHL, USHL before he went back to the Winnipeg Ice and absolutely tore it up. 90 points, 95 points in his second season with them. And one of the only players ever in the WHL history to be even considered for exceptional status. Now, exceptional status, for those who don't know, for Major Junior, is players who are 15 years old to be able to play in the league. Now, even as a 16-year-old in Major Junior, you only can play a certain amount of games. I believe they upped it to like 20 something now. It's like a percentage of the season. And then when you're 17, 18, 19, 20, you can play full seasons. 15-year-olds can apply for exemption to play in those leagues. It's never happened in the WHL before. He was the only one who's even considered at the time by the WHL to give him that status. And they ultimately didn't. They ultimately said, no, we're not going to, but they made a deal with the Winnipeg Ice and said he can play 40 games or around 40 games, like half the season. Well, unfortunately for him, that was the year of the global pandemic, and he only got to play 22 games anyways, the amount of games he would have played it under the normal rules. What I like about this, though, is the WHL, like, no funny business. They're not going to roll the dice on any of this. They're very stern in their rules here. And if you look at, the history of the OHL and the Q granting this as well, only a handful of these guys have really shown to be exceptional. Now, you look at Joe Velino in the QMJHL 2015. He's on the Detroit Red Wings, but nothing special there. Shane Wright, pretty damn good, but I mean, he didn't come into the National Hockey League first year exceptional, right?
But
Connor McDavid.
What does the NHL have to do with being exceptional in junior?
It's one of the, well, it's to get guys a start knowing that they're going to be absolute studs moving forward, that they're too good for that time.
But I don't think it has anything to do with NHL prowess. I think it has to do with, oh shit, this kid is wasting his time playing at his rightful level, and he can come in and actually like be a guy already.
Nope. Fair enough. Good point.
Evaluation. I don't think they're like, can you play in the NHL and be a stud?
Fair enough. Good point. But anyways, 2005 in the OHL, John Tavares. 2011 in the OHL, Aaron Ekblad. 2012, Connor McDavid. 2013, Sean Day. Don't know where he ended up. Tampa, I think. Sean Day. 2015, Joe Velino in the QMJHL, and then 2019, Shane Wright. And those are the recent ones, anyways. So the Dub.
Shane Wright play?
Seattle.
So there was someone in the Dub.
He didn't play in. He played OHL. He was granted exceptional status in the OHL.
But you just said he played in the WHL.
Shane Wright? Did I just say that? Oh, my mistake.
You said Seattle.
No, Seattle Kraken. That's where he plays. You just asked me where he plays.
I asked where he played.
I
know he plays in the fucking Seattle Kraken.
Kitchener, I think.
Okay, that's an OHL team. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Sorry.
Seattle. Jesus Christ.
You asked me what team, okay? But anyways, long and short of it, excited to see this kid play. It's interesting because I still follow the Dub like quite a bit, and I'm always reading through and I'm like, okay, is there another one coming up that they're even considering? Because it's always fun to keep tabs on those guys. But anyways, excited to see him up in the National Hockey League, and he'll be the savior. He'll be able to get this train back on track there for the Buffalo Sabres.
The Savoie.
Oh, that's a Isha.
That was pretty lame, yeah.
That made me smile.